Shalom. First, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the son Siaki and pushing his truth. All the world Shalom can be pushing. Hey, but this article says sci-fi types of medical. I don't even know if I can say that word. Will be here soon. For decades, doctors have embedded pacemakers, cochlear implants. I said it anyway, Salakia, and cardiac defibrillators into their patients' bodies. More recently, consumers have started tracking their own heart rates as number of steps taken with watches, bracelets, cell phones, and other wearable devices. Researchers and doctors are now dreaming up more ways to merge those technologies to move consumer-driven monitors inside bodies. We started to see that we started to see this line blur with Fitbit, said Amal Gefstra, who produces Magnet M Things and other technology through a company called Dangerous Things, which he founded in 2013. When you start looking into medical applications, there's going to be a convergence, and I think what's going to be inevitable. In some ways this is already happening. The medical field has fast taken to Karagma, in you ultra slim and flexible digital tags that can, for example, control a prosthetic limb. Such technology can also monitor the movements of Parkinson's patients using accelerometers to detect tremors, which offer neurologists a detailed assessment of a patient's physical behavior before visits for their next appointment, aiding in the selection of appropriate doses of medicine. Researchers at the University of Illinois developed electronic sensors that can be embedded into temporary skin tattoos to track and stimulate brain waves to prevent seizures. This technology offers the potential for screening before an appointment without having to send a patient to a lab for testing. It could also allow patients to always carry their medical records. The analytical laboratories will continue to do their job, but with the lab on Karagma, general practitioners and paramedics will have a tool at their disposal to carry out tests on the patient before going to the laboratory, said Giuseppe Barillo, I guess that's how you pronounce that, an associate professor of electronics at the University of Pisa and the co-author of a study of bioabsorbable materials which aid in healing and fully dissolve once the M thing is no longer needed. He said that the technology is still maturing and the commercial availability for broad use is not available for all applications. As healthcare costs continue to rise, hospital stays say often been shortened, and researchers are exploring the potential for ambulatory monitoring. It's all about monitoring, tracking you, keeping a tab on you, seeing what you eating, what you drinking, what prescriptions you buying, just to just for this so-called white man can send you all kind of ads in your email, on your whatever kind of watch you got, your Apple Watch, or on your phone, to send you discounts and buy two get one free and all this kind of garbage, or sign up for auto shipping. It boils down to control, really control, and the second part is money. Because the second part, the so-called white man got all the money. He got all the money and the credit. But the thing is about being able to know any and everything you're doing and have control of you. That's what it gets down to. So he puts on a good front, like, oh, well, this is really to help you. We want you to be healthy, whatever the case may be, but he's poisoning the air, spraying pesticides on the food, dumping all kind of chemicals and poisons in the drinking water. So it's really about control and money, keeping his industries going, and here's another industry he's got himself into is these medical things that he wants to put inside you. But now, I skip down some. You know, you can. I'm not gonna read this whole article, but I want to get down to this part. It says Lim said that brainstem charagmas for young children have been around since the 1990s, and such technology is very integrated into our society. He noted that such things can complicate getting an MR scan or walking through an airport security scanner. A lot of times we can only try these technologies out in severe health conditions, but are there other creative ways that ethical and safe we can move in that direction? Lim said, we just need more novel technologies. Yes, people don't want things in their body, but I will say that what I've learned with the deep brain stimulation, even hip replacement, is that sometimes that is scary at first, but generally speaking, people do, in my opinion, adapt to it as they see the benefits of it. You know, so he's pleading the case of you getting that thing put inside you, and when I say that thing, that charagma, so hey, it went from being a theory to now it's mainstream. Now it's everywhere. So now, forget that it don't exist. Now it's like, oh well, it's gonna help you out. It's gonna help your medical. It's gonna cut down your hospital stays. It's gonna help you make the right decisions in your medications and all this kind of garbage. But really, it's a trap to fall you into, and especially for you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. You take this this charagma that the so-called white man got lined up for you. You're gonna taste of that nuclear fire, them nuclear ICBM missiles. You know, so it really don't matter if the heathens take it. They slated for death anyway. But you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, who are the biblical Israelites, that's the determination whether you gonna get delivered out of this destruction that's coming or you not. And it's a great chunk of y'all who's not gonna listen to the words of the prophets, and you're gonna end up taking that that charagma, that etching in your skin, that's gonna be in there permanently until you get burned up to a radioactive crisp. So hey, we're gonna get some precepts, because you could talk to Jake till you blue in the face, and Jake just gonna do whatever you want to do. Jake has all the answers but don't know nothing. We're gonna go to Revelation 16:2. It says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the charagma of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So yeah, by getting this implant in your hand, in your right hand or your left hand, the people who did get it, they received the noisome and grievous sore. Because they said these charagmas gives off bits of radiation which causes cancer, or just because you got it in you doesn't mean it's gonna heal correctly. So you can have a open infected wound that won't heal. So you're gonna have a pretty nasty sore from getting this thing implanted in you. So you can worship the beast's image and get down with his get down and see what happens to you. Nothing good. We can always get to Revelation 13 and 16, talking about you can't, buy, trade, anything like that, getting into it. But hey, you get this you get this devil, this so-called white man, you want to get his gadgets put in you, it's ultimately going to lead to your destruction. Primarily that one where you can't do anything without it. And what I'm talking about is that charagma that goes in your hand. So our people, you can keep believing in Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and thinking he has all this good technology and ways to make your life improve your life. But really, in the long run, he's out to destroy and end your life, because he doesn't bring anything to the table as far as life. He's about death. He's a harbinger of death. That's why the scriptures say, if you're not your oppressor, and choose none of his ways, because it destroys the nation of Israel. But hey, you people love him so much. When I say people, I'm talking about you Israelites. So go on, follow E and off to the cliff. Go and get these things implanted in you, and whatever the case you want. And take his pharmakia. Take all that bull. You lining up for the pickle juice. You got 3 rounds of pickle juice in you. So hey, there's nothing, that a man of the Lord can tell you, because you got your mind made up, and let y'all tell it that, hey, the so-called white man, he's he's your king, he's Caesar. So you're gonna listen to your king, and the prophets just nobodies to y'all. So hey, we done our part. We got the blood off our hands, and y'all keep enjoying your 3rd, 4th round, 6th round of the pickle juice, because you still got more rounds coming. So hey, as a warning, not to take the charagma, kind of like a recap, and and pray you get delivered, from this nuclear destruction that's coming. If you do take it, if you do take it, you're gonna get the missiles. If you don't take it, you got to pray that, hey, that the Most High comes and send his son Yahweh Shai to deliver out, before the nuclear destruction hit. Because it says there's a number of people who's not gonna take the mark. The marketing. Yeah. And we just pray that we are part of that number, and just keep praying. And I pray this video was edifying to the Sensiaki, man. Keep pushing. Shalom.